Welcome to BucTV News. I'm Ben Gillum.
And I'm Keith Maltbay.
A local restaurant is giving back to the community, and you can help by lending a hand. An estimated 70% of college students fail to get an adequate amount of sleep per night, largely due to caffeine intake. According to a 2013 study, caffeine impacts sleep patterns if consumed as far as 6 hours before sleeping. This, coupled with the late-night coffee used by many students to study, heavily impacts college sleep patterns. If you don't plan to fall asleep during your next test, avoid caffeine while you cram the night before.
A new sorority is making its mark on campus. The Alpha Omicron Pi sorority started up last fall, but held its first formal recruitment this year. Earlier this month, women across campus bid on their opportunity to join a sorority like Alpha Omicron Pi. The new sorority, according to their mission statement, aims to develop lifelong friendships while enhancing one another's lives through scholarship and service. AO Pi joins the 15 other registered fraternities and sororities on campus.
1 Acre Cafe is helping the local community one meal at a time. BucTV News reporter Jonathan Mott has more information on this nonprofit eatery.
In Northeast Tennessee alone, there are over 70,000 people considered food insecure. To combat this problem, Michelle Watts, along with 3 others, established the 1 Acre Cafe. I went to the cafe to learn more about their efforts.
1 Acre Cafe was established to help with the hunger issues in Johnson City and surrounding areas. You know, there's a large population of people that are lower income that have a hard time getting fresh food. So we wanted to provide a place for them where they can come and feel welcome, sit down for a good meal, and feel like part of the community.
The cafe offers 2 ways of payment for a meal.
Our meals are $5, $7, and $9 according to what size you want, and those are suggested donations. We do that to help reduce food waste. So you can pay that suggested amount, you can pay more to pay it forward, or you can volunteer for an hour in exchange for your meal.
Unlike other local businesses, nonprofit organizations face additional challenges in order to continue operating. Watts explains some of these challenges.
Well, as with any small nonprofit, we always need additional funding. It takes a lot to run a cafe of this size. We also need extra hands every day. We only have 5 paid staff members, so it takes a lot of hands to run a cafe like this.
The 1 Acre Cafe is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and is located at 603 West Walnut Street. Reporting from BucTV News, I'm Jonathan Mott.
A new business in the Tri-Cities is aiming to educate citizens about different trades. Skillville is set to open in downtown Johnson City, where customers can purchase membership packages to learn new crafts through instructional classes. The facility features woodworking and metal shops, and the business is already in plans to add stained glass, jewelry making, and home remodeling classes to their list of available courses. Skillville opens in downtown Johnson City this October.
Celebrations are beginning for this Monday for homecoming, and the student government hopes this one will be the best one yet. Events begin October 2nd with door decorating and a blood drive competition run by Marsh Regional Blood Center. Introductions for homecoming king and queen, along with a banner competition, are the events scheduled this Tuesday. The week will draw to a close with a gospel choir concert on Sunday in the Culp Center Auditorium. To view the full schedule for the week, visit the website below.
ETSU is bringing home the gold when the university welcomes 4-time Olympic medalist Shawn Johnson. Johnson is an American gymnast who scored a gold medal at the 2008 Beijing Olympics. She's coming to ETSU to discuss her personal struggles with depression and self-image for BucTainment's 2nd annual The Stigma Stops Now event. You can catch Shawn Johnson today in the Culp Center at 3 p.m., where admission is free for students.
After the removal of a statue of Confederate General Robert E. Lee 2 weeks ago in Dallas, debates continue about the place of Confederacy-associated statues and imagery in the public. Some believe that statues and imagery of Confederate officials encourage racism in the areas that have them. Others, however, think the statues aren't the problem and represent valuable parts of American history. While the statue in Dallas was removed, the question of what will be done to others still remains.
1 child out of every 68 children in America is diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. The Johnson City Autism Society Community Center opened earlier this year to support and serve individuals and families affected by autism in the Tri-Cities. This year, the center is hosting a spooky haunted house, and everyone is invited. Join in the fun yourself when the haunted house opens on October 10th at 6 p.m. in Beeson Hall in downtown Johnson City.
Debt collection company Transworld is under investigation for lawsuits over illegal collection practices. Court documents accuse the company of using false, out-of-date, and misleading paperwork in order to sue several borrowers. The company is now under audit and faces a $2.5 million fine. Those who have been contacted by debt collectors and believe illegal collection methods have been used can report the business at the website below.
It's never too early to prepare for your academic future. This Tuesday, ETSU hosted the Tri-Cities Financial Aid Night inside the DP Culp Center. The event was intended for prospective high school, transfer, and non-traditional students. The ETSU offices of financial aid, scholarships, and housing were all on hand to educate the crowd about filling out the FAFSA, applying for aid, and other ways to secure students' tuition funding.
This Monday, ETSU will host Adoration 2017, a worship service with the goal of having representatives of 1,000 churches present. The event hopes to raise awareness of the prescription drug abuse epidemic and provide support to those affected. The event is planned to be held in the Mini-Dome with a prayer initiative and a chance to talk with the representatives from each church. If your church would like to be represented in the event, visit the website below.
ETSU's Environmental Health and Safety Office ensures your well-being on campus. Environmental Health and Safety is responsible for making the university's annual security and fire safety reports, as well as providing plans for emergencies on campus, including ones for natural disasters and active shooter threats. The office also works hard to ensure student safety by sending out the university's emergency text messages during inclement weather. So the next time you find out about a snow day before driving to class, be sure to thank the Environmental Health and Safety Office. That's all we have today for campus news. Up next is weather.
Hello and welcome to Buck Weather. I'm Brandon Bailey with your weekly forecast. It's been an absolutely beautiful and hot week here on campus, with temperatures even at record highs 2 days this week. But we'll start to see that trend change as we go into the weekend. As you can see for today's forecast, high around 75 degrees and mostly sunny skies. Winds will be at a very gentle 5 miles an hour. As we move on into tonight, you'll see that temperatures will be around 50 degrees, mostly clear skies with very little wind and very little chance of rain. As we go into our Go Bucks forecast, ETSU will be hosted at Furman. Kickoff will be around 1 p.m. At 10 a.m., it will be very sunny in the stadium at 69 degrees. As we move to around the time of kickoff, it'll stay sunny at 75 degrees. And at 4 p.m., as you're leaving the stadium, it will be around 76 degrees. As we move into our 5-day forecast, it's going to be an absolutely beautiful next 5 days. Friday will be mostly clear with mostly sunny with a high of 75. As we move into the weekend, both Saturday and Sunday are going to be just perfect outside, a great time to go for a bike ride or maybe to go fishing before it gets cold out again. As we move into Monday with a high of 72 and Tuesday with a high of 74, we have no rain in the forecast for the next little bit, and we're starting to move into a drought stage. The National Weather Service issued a new drought monitor this week. So hopefully we'll get some rain sometime soon. Stay tuned for your world news.
The chair wishes to mark the return to the chamber of our dear friend and colleague from Louisiana, Mr. Steve Scalise.
House Majority Whip Steve Scalise returning to a bipartisan ovation in Congress Thursday morning.
You have no idea how great this feels to be back here at work in the People's House.
Suffering from life-threatening injuries when a gunman opened fire on a GOP congressional baseball practice in June. Scalise thanking the Capitol Police officers, Special Agent Crystal Griner and David Bailey, for saving his life.
If they didn't act so quickly, and even after being shot, both themselves continued to engage the shooter and ultimately got him down, which not only saved my life, but saved the life of a lot of other people that are here in this chamber today.
And expressing gratitude for the outpouring of support he's received.
When I was laying out on that ball field, the first thing I did once I was down and I couldn't move anymore is I just started to pray. So I'm definitely a living example that miracles really do happen.
And in a not so often seen moment of congressional unity, Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi announcing everyone is on Team Scalise.
We all came through this magnificently because of your strength. Today we are Team Scalise.
In Washington, I'm Kristen Holmes.
Costco superstores are known for their great deals. Maybe that's why one Australian couple decided to seal the deal of a lifetime there. The couple from Sydney held their wedding right inside the superstore. They pledged their love in front of the tire center with their friends and family in attendance, along with hundreds of confused weekend shoppers. Following the ceremony, the store provided catering for the reception. There were hot dogs, pizza, and unlimited fountain soft drinks, of course. According to 9 News, the bride said they served each guest for less than $10. Marital bliss and huge savings? Not two shabs. There's no shame in second place, especially when it makes you this much dough. The world's second largest diamond has been sold. The Lassetti Larona nabbed $53 million at a private sale. The 1,109-carat behemoth of a gem was recovered from a mine in Botswana nearly 2 years ago. The largest gem-quality diamond ever found was the 3,100-carat Cullinan diamond. It was discovered in South Africa in 1905, and a cut of that diamond now adorns one of the British crown jewels. So take a look at this. I'm Jeremy Roth.
Just waking up and going to school and learning, it makes me feel good as a person. I'm a single mother, and I got pregnant, and I was the main one working, so I did what I had to do to survive. I never thought that I could go back to school and get it, you know? My sister, my mother, everybody wanted to help me with my kids. I could not have gotten my diploma without my family.
You're winning today. We're so very proud of you and love you so much.
Yeah, it's hard, but don't be afraid. Keep on going and keep on trying. You can do anything you want.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Recently, our country has witnessed catastrophic devastation. Hurricanes and flooding have upended lives and livelihoods.
Across this great country, Americans have answered the call.
That special calling that compels us, when others are down, to step up and do whatever it takes.
America's at her best when, against all odds, we come together and lift each other up.
Please donate to oneamericaappeal.org. America needs you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tonight, along the Texas Gulf Coast, utter devastation. Harvey barreled ashore overnight, packing 130-mile-an-hour winds, blinding sheets of rain, and a treacherous storm surge.
Harvey can't mess with Texas. So donate now to help make Texas whole again.
Listen now, can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now, can you feel the sun?
Welcome back to BucTV News. I'm Trey Adams with your BucTV Sports Update. Overtime was the story last Saturday at William B. Green Jr. Stadium as ETSU and Mercer played a thrilling contest. The Army Golden Knight paratroopers delivered the flag before the start of the game. The Bucs jumped out to an early 10-0 lead in the first half, but Mercer would fight back with 21 unanswered points and take the lead in the third quarter. ETSU rallied back with 2 important scores in the fourth quarter to tie the game at 20 heading into overtime. Mercer had the ball first and scored on a Cole Fisher 29-yard field goal, but on the first play of the Bucs' possession in overtime, Austin Herrick connected with Jawan Stinson for a 25-yard touchdown pass, an electrifying conclusion to a fantastic game. The Bucs improved to 2-2 with a 26-23 win over Mercer and look to win 2 straight when they travel to Furman this Saturday at 1 p.m. Riley Milhorn's fantastic play has landed her the honor of being named the Southern Conference Volleyball Offensive Player of the Week. The senior outside hitter is a huge asset to the Bucs volleyball team. She led the team last week with 34 kills and a 4.25 kill average per set. She played a major role in the team's first conference win last Tuesday night by recording a double-double with 20 kills and 10 digs. Milhorn and the Bucs travel to play Furman tonight at 7 p.m. The conference opening game for ETSU men's soccer ended in a double overtime scoreless draw. The Bucs faced off against the UNC Greensboro Spartans Tuesday night, and both teams were sound defensively. ETSU goalkeeper Johnny Sutherland had 3 saves, all coming in the second half, while Spartans goalkeeper John Milligan recorded 2 saves. The Bucs, now with a record of 3-2-3, will travel to play a conference game against Wofford. The game starts tomorrow night at 7 p.m. ETSU women's golf team teed it up this past weekend at the Lady Paladin Invitational. The Bucs finished 11th out of 17 teams in the tournament and posted their best score of the weekend on Sunday with a combined score of 297. Junior Hee Ying Loy led the Bucs with a team best round of a 1-under par 71 on Sunday. The next tournament for the team is the Johnny Imes Invitational starting October 2nd in Columbia, Missouri. In a national news story, big apparel company Adidas and college basketball coaches are in some serious hot water. On Tuesday, 4 assistant coaches and 6 others were arrested and charged with fraud and a variety of other accusations. Among those arrested was former Indiana Pacer and Auburn assistant coach Chuck Person and Adidas marketing executive James Gatto. Acting U.S. Attorney June Kim had this to say about the situation.
College coaches took cash bribes from managers and advisors in exchange for directing players and their families to those bribers.
I'm Trey Adams, and that's your Bucs Sports Update.
Hey, you.
Yeah, you. Getting that college education? What are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else?
Or will you dare do something different?
Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills. The smarts.
Yes, you.
You could be the teacher I never forget.
That'd be cool.
Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself?
What are you gonna make of me?
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Did you know parking over tall, dry grass can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Every year, 40% of all food in the U.S. never gets eaten.
40%. That's almost half the food we produce.
Food waste is a serious problem. It impacts all of us.
And it's expensive. Your family is throwing $1,500 a year in the trash.
We're working hard to put food waste on the chopping block.
And you can do the same at home.
Learn how to cook it, store it, and share it.
Just don't waste it.
Go to savethefood.com.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Welcome back to BucTV News, and I am Mariah Foster with your entertainment news. Pints and Lights took place at the Atlantic Ale House in Johnson City Monday. The Johnson City Development Authority lit up the landmark sign for the first time ever for the public. Proceeds from the bill sales and tips went directly to the new sign. The lights won't be back on until the official sign dedication ceremony later this fall. The Director of Downtown Development for Northeast Tennessee, Diana Cantler, states work still needs to be done. The completed sign will have beautifully perfected bricks, columns, along with informational panels. Fall is here, and so are the festivals. Friday, October the 6th and Saturday, October the 7th is the 40th Annual Unicoi County Apple Festival. Patrons can enjoy a variety of arts and crafts from all over the country and plenty of delicious food with 3 food courts. Planned events include Miss Apple Pageant Festival, the 4-mile race, and an apple dumping contest. The activities begin at 8 p.m. and will end at 8 that evening. For more information, visit the website below. If you love a good story, then you are in luck. The 45th Annual Storytelling Festival is almost here. The festival gives people the opportunity to hear incredible stories from storytellers like Sheila K. Adams, who holds the nation's highest honor for contributions to traditional awards heritage. Crowds of up to 10,000 people are expected at this year's festival. ETSU students can attend the festival for $10 by purchasing a day pass through the Student Organization Resource Center. The storytelling begins October the 6th and runs through October the 8th. Spend an evening with the legend Robert Duvall at the Barter Theater and help raise funds for the artistic excellence. The legendary producer, actor, and director will reflect and share stories of his extraordinary life and career. Duvall's longtime movie career includes films such as To Kill a Mockingbird and The Godfather 1 and 2. The festival in October the 5th and will end the 30th. Tickets are $250 per person. For more information, call the Barter Theater at the number below. Everyone needs a little inspiration or motivation at times. Singer and songwriter Melanie D. Moore will be on ETSU campus today in the DP Cope Center. D. Moore gets her interest in music from her parents, who started one of the first Black theater groups in Alaska in the early 1960s. D. Moore performs at 11:30 in the atrium and will also be performing at the Umoja Festival in downtown Johnson City at 4. Everyone go out and show her some Buck love. That is all for your entertainment today. Up next will be our Now Showing with Tom Cruise film.
This is the United States Drug Enforcement Agency. We are ordering you to land. All right, boys.
Tom Cruise returns to theaters this weekend in American Made, loosely based on the true story of a pilot who got mixed up in the 80s drug wars. Reviews are strong, and it's been a couple of years since Cruise had a hit, but Universal is expecting a launch in the low to mid-teens.
What's going on?
I would like you to stop my heart.
Okay, now's the point where you say it's all a joke.
A new generation conducts near-death experiments in a reimagining of Flatliners. Unlike the boundary-pushing med students played by Ellen Page, Diego Luna, and co-stars, Sony is being modest in its forecast, looking for a $7 or $8 million debut for the thriller. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Get caught buzzed driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke.
Welcome back to BucTV News. So we know homecoming starts next month. Stay tuned to BucTV News to hear more about homecoming activities.
We'll most likely be covering several of the events. Probably a package on the blood drive if I had my guess.
But you know, listening to entertainment this week, I would love to go see Robert Duvall at the Barter Theater.
I would love to as well.
Yeah.
It's just I don't know if I can drop $250 on a ticket.
He's so fantastic in The Godfather and Boo Radley and To Kill a Mockingbird.
Absolute legend. Yeah. Absolute legend, I have to say.
But that's all the time we have for the news this week. See you next week.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees?
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you.
Bye-bye.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help. You were probably gonna turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.